So I started talking about all this shit and I just realized that I wasn't recording that entire time. I am one of the most annoyed people in the world right now. Like if I could headbutt myself, I would. That makes no sense. A warning for this video, it is this comment section. If you are somebody that comments often, I don't know if you want to, like, you know, still leave your opinion down there. But just looking into the future here, this comment section is going to be filled with arguments and a lot of really, really strong opinions. It's just a warning. This is gonna be, it's gonna be bad. Telling people that they hope that their family and themselves get some sort of terminal illness over a Call of Duty, okay? So, just a warning. If you don't want to spend the rest of your night, you know, arguing with somebody that has a really strong opinion and you likely won't change their opinion, then just don't go down there. But if you want to share your opinion and go in on all the fun like everybody else, then feel free, I guess. So Modern Warfare Remastered. So the game has been out for, you know, a little bit of time, and there has been a lot of tweets, a lot of posts, a lot of Reddit posts, a lot of Facebook posts, a lot of YouTube videos talking about making changes to the Modern Warfare Remastered game. Now the thing is, Modern Warfare Remastered is a remaster, obviously, for a game. Now the thing is, there are a lot of people that have a different opinion on what a remaster is. It's really weird. A lot of people say, by definition, a remaster is the exact same game, just redone the exact same way that it was, just like, you know, little improvements like graphics and things like that. But the base game itself is still the same. Now, the thing about this game, Call of Duty 4, although a lot of people revere it as the, you know, greatest Call of Duty of all time, now that's obviously an opinion, but it's a pretty popular one. I'm sure there's somebody out there that thinks Advanced Warfare is the greatest Call of Duty of all time, and hey, that's their opinion, even though it's pretty fucking crazy. I know it's a pretty classic YouTuber thing to say, like, oh, everybody's got their opinion, and they try to stay, you know, on the fence and stuff so they don't offend people. But when you genuinely just, like, can think, like, yeah, I mean, I can see where this guy's coming from, you tend to just kind of fall into the middle. You end up being the middleman all the time when you're actually really understanding of, like, you know, how people are seeing shit. Sorry if that sounds like a really generic thing to say, but it is. I understand where both sides are coming from. I'm just trying to look at it from both sides and explain them. So there's one side of the player base where they believe that this game should not be touched in any way, shape, or form. Even though this is revered as the greatest Call of Duty ever, they even realize that the game is not perfect. The M16 is by far the strongest gun in this game. Like, it's not like other Call of Duties, you know, didn't have the strongest guns in their games or the best in-slot perks or the best weapons in the game and stuff. There's always been weapons that have been stronger than others in each Call of Duty. The thing is that the M16 is, like, remarkably better than a lot of the other guns that, like, people see no other reason to use anything else besides the M16, AK-47, the 74U, and the MP5. There's just, out of 3 to 4 guns in the game, everything else is left out. Even if they are good guns, everybody has come to an agreement that M16 is, you know, by far the strongest, at least. I mean, hey, you could go 50-0 with any gun in this game, but the majority of people are in agreement that the M16 is the strongest. Now, the thing is, since the M16 is considered the strongest, it receives a lot of this attention because it is, you know, that much better than a lot of the other weapons. A lot of people are calling it overpowered. And by definition, I guess that's what it would be. It'd be just too strong compared to the other weapons. Now, let's just say the gun is overpowered, right? It's too good, it's too strong, or whatever. And Raven decides to nerf the gun. Just say that they decide to tone it down just a little bit. Make each of the bullets just a tad bit weaker, just so you're not getting constant one bursts across the map. Just something, just changing the gun, period. A lot of people are really against the idea of them changing the gun. Even if it's busted, they do not want the gun changed. At all. They do not want it changed whatsoever. They think the remaster should not be touched in any way, shape, or form, and they want to play the game exactly how it was. And a lot of people are saying that's a little over the top, and it's too elitist, and all this other shit, and I'm doing absolutely terrible. I'm telling you, I won at least 20 fucking free-for-all games in a row last night. And now I'm going negative. This is depressing. And also, a lot of people were pointing out that, hey, Jeb, we don't really give a shit about, like, all of these, you know, in-depth talks. We just want to hear you scream and talk about asses and stuff. It's just because that's a really big discussion right now. Once we get into, you know, further into the game, and everybody, you know, has settled their differences, if and when that'll happen, which, you know, it probably won't, but everybody just gets tired of hearing the same old argument. There are other people that are playing the game that really just wish that they could, you know, nerf the M16. They could buff certain things. They could nerf certain things. They want the base numbers of the game changed to, quote, make it better. Now, I quote that because I don't want to say it in absolutes, because a lot of people don't believe that that is perfect. They think the base game, even if it has its flaws, is what makes it perfect. It's like when you're dating somebody and a lot of people are like, oh yeah, they have their flaws, but that's what makes them perfect. That's what makes them human. If somebody completely fixed every single flaw that they have and they were just like perfect, everything would seem kind of off. It's not the same. It seems like somebody's lying or hiding something. It's just not possible to be the perfect human being. Everybody has their bad qualities, and they believe that that's what makes a lot of people perfect. I just want to point out that I'm afraid that, well, they do end up, you know, nerfing the M16 and the community's outcry is just too strong or whatever, and they do actually decide to go through with balance changes on this game. I think it's gonna be World War II. It is gonna be it's gonna be bad. Now, the thing is, if they do make any balance changes, that would mean that everything in the game is subject to change. That includes the sniping. If they touch the sniping on this game, it'll be World War II in this community. I would not be surprised if people boycotted this shit, if they tried to burn down Raven's studio. It would be really bad. It really would. I'm just saying, if they nerf the M16 and they show that they're not scared to change this game, then a lot of people are not gonna be happy, and there are a lot of things in this game that could change, that could, quote, make the game feel a lot different. There's just a lot of things in this game that could change, a lot of things that could nerf. Some people want Juggernaut nerfed. They don't want it to give as much HP. Other people want stopping power to be nerfed, so people aren't making the choice between Juggernaut and stopping power, so they can actually have a choice to not be completely outmatched if they, you know, want sleight of hand on or something, or if they want overkill on or something. People are afraid that if you start nerfing weapons because they're too strong, everything's gonna start, you know, shooting marshmallows like, quote, every other Call of Duty. I feel like if everything is shooting marshmallows, then everything is still technically balanced. It just takes longer to kill each other. I'm somebody that likes Black Ops 1, so that's fine with me, but that's not fine with everybody. That's the thing. So we'll see. Again, I just want to mention yesterday's video had a problem with it. People were saying that I didn't upload and stuff like that. I did. I just didn't know if, you know, sub boxes were being weird or people didn't have, like, notifications or whatever. Turn your notifications on for my channel if you really want to see every single one of my videos. Leave a like and comment, you know, whatever you think if you want to join the fucking war. And, yeah. It's been Jeb, guys. Later.